Jeremy, it was a very competitive weekend for Whitworth men's soccer at home against the two Tacoma schools. A very controlled win over Puget Sound on Saturday, and then a hard-fought setback against Pacific Lutheran, in which we had lots of good chances, just couldn't quite find the net enough times. Uh, Take us back through what you saw as a coach and what you take out of this weekend with the team.
Yeah, I think anytime you play the Tacoma schools, whether you're away or at home, you're expecting two good matches that you're going to have to really exert a lot of energy over the 180 minutes. Was really pleased overall with the whole weekend in terms of how the guys played and like the competitive spirit. The training coming out in the matches of how we want to play. Puget Sound, yeah, thought we played a really complete game. To score 3 goals, to have a clean sheet is big time, especially the second half where you go into halftime 0-0, you come out and yeah, I think it was a pretty controlled performance in the second half, particularly. I think with Pacific Lutheran, a little bit like last year, we felt like we played really, really well. Obviously, it doesn't reflect on the score line, but even more this year than last year, felt we had the chances. We were playing the game that we really wanted to play, and when you look at the game, I think over the 90, I think we had just as many quality chances, if not more. I think we looked like we were in control more times than not. And in games like that, what we talk about is when you make mistakes, and I don't even know if it was like mistakes that we made that led to goals, it was just the details of how we want to defend and the moments where we could have done better, they punished us. So, when they were able to take advantage of 3 moments and we're not able to take advantage of our moments, that's the difference. And when you play good teams, you get punished. Like when you're not at your best, like, you might get away with some things against, some other opponents, but obviously Pacific Lutheran has good players, and when you give them a little bit of space and a little time and it's not detailed, that's when you get hurt. And we weren't able to climb out of that, even though like I feel we played a good game. Like we're happy with the way that it was looking. Obviously we're not happy with the result, and we want more, especially at this program.
Talk about the way you're going to change things up this week, going into a weekend where you're going to have 3 matches.
I don't think much changes for us. I think over the last, I would say 4 games, like the 2 weekends, we've been pretty happy with how we've been playing. I would say if I break it down by half, like, we've had 8 halves. I think we've been happy with 6 of those, where we felt like we were the better side, and 2 of them where we're like, hey, we have some things to learn and some things to clean up. But I think going into the weekend, we still expect the same things. We want to play 1 and 2 touch soccer. We want to clean things up defensively. We want to have really good competitive spirit and energy within our group, and we want to, I think, combine like a toughness and grit with like this desire to have a good style of play and have it to be fun to watch, and for the guys to enjoy the play. Going on turf will be obviously different. Obviously the fields that we'll be playing on are different dimensions, so like that adds a dynamic to the play. It's not as open as our field. But the 3 matches, the one thing that'll change is like we're going to have to utilize our whole roster and everybody that's healthy. And it starts with Lewis and Clark on Friday night, and yeah, we expect everybody that plays to go on and to be able to add something positive to the group. And there's going to be a lot of opportunity for a lot of players. And I think what we talked about going into this week is, hey, if you haven't gotten much this year, or if you haven't gotten much lately, like this is going to be maybe a weekend where you can shine. And so like the challenge has been like guys to continue to work, to continue to stay locked in, because now they're going to get those opportunities, and it should be really fun for them, and a fun weekend for us.
You haven't seen George Fox or Pacific in 7 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
In what ways have they changed that will present some challenges?
Well, I expect them, just like us, I feel like we've gotten better throughout the year. Have cleaned some things up. Like, the big thing for us is we haven't made many mistakes that have led directly to goals lately. Like kind of since like probably the start of conference play, or over the last couple weekends. And you could probably say the same thing for a lot of those other teams. Like they're cleaning things up and they're addressing the things that they need to. So the things that they were struggling in, they're probably a little bit better. Maybe the things that they're good at, they've even strengthened that. So expect all those games to be probably tightly contested battles where it's like we're expecting probably each team to be very, very organized and very, very hard to break down. And we're going to have to convert the chances that we get, and that's going to be the conversation going into the weekend.